Welcome back to another Let's Play, guys. And today, this game, I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It's called Gyakuten Saiban 3. It's this visual novel from Japan, and there's no official translation, but some fine folks have been so kind as to provide us this fine translation. That's what I would say if I was playing it when it came out, because actually, you might not know this, but when the Ace Attorney games were first coming out, visual novels actually weren't, super popular outside of Japan yet. Actually, Ace Attorney is credited as being one of the visual novels that opened it up to the Western world and made them so successful. But when this was made, the first game was out, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, but they weren't sure whether they were going to release this third game, and it did eventually come, of course, as Trials and Tribulations. But the fan translation, which is only for the first case, was finished, the first case that is, and released before the announcement that the official translation will be coming out. So this is a neat little piece of history, which no one's actually done a commentary playthrough of this, I don't think, so I'll be the first one. I was really interested in playing it. So I'm going to play it for the channel. We're going to click on new game here. I did play a little bit of it, just to get to grips with the controls, see if it was all working fine. So we have Daijiwa. They haven't translated the some of the graphics, but we have Comeback Memories, because it should be turnabout, but this is Comeback Court, this game, not Ace Attorney. So we will select Comeback Memories. Damn it! How did I end up in this mess? What got into me? Why did I do such a thing? If you know what's good for you, you better stop seeing that girl. That's none of your damn business. I'm just giving you some advice, old boy. If you don't listen, something bad is going to happen. No, damn it, no. Look, let me tell you something. Stop it! Stop it! Stop bloody bad-mouthing her! We'll see the draft Japanese sweater there. I didn't do it! I'm not a murderer! You might have seen, noticed the excessive use of damn it, doubtless in the original Japanese, using like so, and they've more faithfully translated it here. So we have April 11th, 9:40 AM, District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. The trial's about to start. Rats, my knees are shaking. So I'm going to show off the court record what we have so far. So we have lawyer's badge, certificate of my profession. It's been a year since I last worn this, that's pretty much the same. Autopsy report. The victim's name is Jack Richford. Time April 9th, approximately 3 PM. That caused electrocution, killed instantly. So obviously they didn't know what the English names were going to be, so that's kind of the fun part of this, is seeing these fan translated names. Marvin Grossberg, because he was in the first game, his official name was already out. Same with Mia, same with Phoenix. Boss of Grossberg and Partners Legal Office. Pretty sure you know about him. Phoenix Wright, my client, art student at famous university, has a cold. Yeah. A bit less subtle of a pun than the final, which was Ivy University, based on the Ivy League American universities. I'm an American, so I didn't even get that joke when I first played this game. The official one, at least, not Comeback Court, which we're playing here. And then we have Jack Richford, murder victim, 4th year med student at famous university, specialty medical chemistry. And finally, we have Dolores Willow, Phoenix's girlfriend, was the victim's lover until 6 months ago. And one of the most interesting parts about this whole fan translation is the fact that it caught the attention of the official localization team. So in the final game, even though she's called Dahlia, her nickname is Dolly, as a reference to Dolores. So yeah, it was kind of fun. I'm wondering, because I haven't played the official translation of Ace Attorney Investigations 2, I'm wondering if there's anything like that. I'd have to play it to find out. But I haven't heard anything that there's any references or anything. They were trying to keep it separate for legal reasons or whatever. Anyway, rats, my knees are shaking. Ahem! Mr. Grossberg, good morning. Mia, first of all, calm down. If you keep fidgeting, you'll be arrested for hyperactivity in court. What are you saying, sir? I am perfectly calm. Don't panic. I hope your anxiety won't make you careless now. Thank you very much for coming. Just for my sake. Pish posh, it's your first time, is it not? Marvin Grossberg will help me master the art of the court. Actually, it's my second. At any rate, what a surprise. I want to take this case the day before the hearing. Yesterday was the first I heard of it. And have you properly memorized the documents? Well, of course I have. I think. Try to at least appear confident in front of the client. Today's client. Is it that pitiful looking young man over there? Oh. Good morning, madam. Your name's Phoenix? Why have you got Ryu on your... never mind. Good morning. Try to smile, Mia. Today, I'll be doing my best. Yeah, I'll be on fire. Don't overstrain yourself, Mr. Phoenix. Yes. Please call me Mr. Wright. Alright, Mr. Phoenix, no need to worry. She didn't do this in the official localization, I don't think. I'm wondering if, because in the original Japanese version, Phoenix Wright's name is Naruhodo, and it's got a longer O on the end, but Mia shortens it to Naruhodo, which means I see. So I'm wondering if in the original, I haven't played the original Japanese Trials and Tribulations, but I did actually start playing the original first game up to Turnabout Sisters so far in Japanese, because I got the trilogy for reduced on iOS. I think it's reduced on all platforms at the moment. That deal might have gone, so I'm not sure, but you can have a look if you want. If you don't have the trilogy already, it'd be a good time to get it. So she's calling him Mr. Phoenix in this version instead of Mr. Wright, so I think that might have been a way of translating that. Provided you're innocent, I'll get you out of this for sure. Don't lie to me, please. That's right, he's the one who's really nervous today. Do a good job with this one. Mia? My name is Mia Fey, rookie defense attorney. My first court case was exactly 1 year ago today. That case, I was so devastated that I thought of giving up forever. 1 year later, I'm about to head into the courtroom one more time. This time I'm going to triumph. For the defendant's sake, and for my own. 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 2. The trial of Phoenix Wright shall now commence. And just one thing I want to say is, I've summoned the iOS trilogy before, but the original iOS trilogy, which is called Ace Attorney Trilogy HD, was actually my first experience of playing Ace Attorney. I would not recommend it. One, you can't even download that version anymore unless you already had it. But it's got all kinds of mistakes and problems, and it's just kind of a whole mess. It's amazing I even wanted to stick around with the franchise after playing that. But it's just the content was so good. I could live with it being not perfect. And weirdly enough, with the music, it used the regular music for the first game, but for the second and third game, it used the Game Boy Advance music. So the music you're hearing right now is actually the music I heard when I first played Trials and Tribulations. So I'm kind of nostalgic for it in a way, and I generally prefer it to the DS translated, localized, remastered music. Whatever I'm trying to say. But it just sounds so good, doesn't it? Especially this theme right here. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Counsel for the defense, Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes.
Wasn't Mr. Grossberg responsible for this case?
Mr. Grossberg suddenly had urgent business, and well...
Urgent business? He's sitting right beside you, twiddling his thumbs. You really are a rookie, aren't you? Are you sure you can handle this?
You can't lose now, Mia. Look him in the eye. Of course I can handle it. I think.
Prosecutor Perry, please make the opening statement.
Well. As a veteran prosecutor, I feel I was like a father to this young lady. My advice is not to worry too much about winning or losing the case. Just consider it a way to gain courtroom experience. Who reads this guy's advice? Well then, I shall now give a summary of the case. Here's the kid on campus of a famous university. The victim was Chuck Richford, a fourth-year medical student.
A member of the intelligentsia, I see.
Yeah, this line is particularly funny. It's not quite a natural way of phrasing it, but it's just funny that the judge would phrase it like that. Yes, he was actually a Soviet spy. This is a photo taken at the scene of the crime. The incident was discovered by a student soon after it occurred. In front of the victim's body was found the defendant.
That is mighty suspicious. Understood, I hereby file this picture as evidence.
Crime scene photo 1 on the campus of a famous university. The item crime scene photo 1 was filed in the courtroom.
Incidentally, just from this picture, the cause of death is not obvious.
Ha ha ha! Indeed, Your Honor is as sharp as ever. This victim died rather unusually. Unusually?
Prosecutor, what are you getting at?
I'm getting at? But perhaps we should ask the defense. Eh? Easing your opponent's nervousness by asking an easy question. It's the kindness of a true gentleman. Gentleman, is it? Oh, don't make a fool of him, Mia. Throw it back in his face. Answer right away. The cause of death. Well, what? Don't you know? Sorry, I didn't read those documents. Ow, ow, ow! I feel a sudden lancing pain in my buttocks. Alright. Everything related to the case is found in the court record. You know that, at least. The court record? Right, you can see that with the R button. A lawyer's weapons are on the court record. Look at the evidence and think hard. Okay, I'm thinking. Anyway, mustn't panic. That's what the prosecution is counting on. Look at the court record with the R button. It's actually the O button on my keyboard. The L button is the I button. The back button is K, and the A button is L. So it was a bit weird to get used to, but I'm glad I had to practice it first.
Please answer the question, counsel. What was the victim's cause of death?
Was it hypothermia? Hypothermia, I think. Mr. Grossberg, I suddenly feel very cold.
Your answer froze the courtroom, that's why.
Sorry.
Just look at the court record before you answer. Idiot. This isn't a question of opinion.
Careful, Mia. Look at the court record, but the R button.
Let's ask once more. What was the victim's cause of death?
They spell it out as hum instead of hum. There's a subtle difference, but I think it was suffocation, right? I've played this case before, so it's easy. The cause was suffocation, wasn't it?
Suffocation, is it? Mia, what are you saying?
This stuffy courtroom is getting to me. I'm suffocating you.
Nobody asked how you're feeling. Look at the court record.
Sorry. Careful, man. Look at the court record with the R button.
Let's ask once more for the final time. What was the victim's cause of death?
According to the court record, the victim perished from electric shock.
Electric shock, is it? How? Some sort of giant stun gun, perhaps?
All will become clear as the trial proceeds. But first, we must cover one crucial point. Crucial? The question of motive, of course. There was a certain trouble between the accused and the victim.
Trouble?
What in the name of... What? As defendant's counsel, surely you must know at least this? Do you not? The guy never stops messing with me.
Don't be fooled by his demeanor. Payne is a merciless man. Some even call him the Rookie Crusher.
So that sounds like more badass than Rookie Killer, but also a little bit lamer at the same time. I don't know why, but...
Let's now pose the question to the defense. What caused the trouble between the defendant and the victim? Present evidence to prove your case.
Evidence? What's that?
Not to worry. I mean, you're supposed to be a lawyer, you're supposed to know this already. You've literally had a case before, but our weapons are all found in the court record. Dump the data on that bearded old man!
Got it! The bearded old man! The way that phrase is exactly... Yeah, there's probably going to be some unnatural bits, but it's kind of funny.
Careful there, Mr. Grossberg. Please, what's your advice to new members of the court? Aside from evidence, you will also find people in the court records. You can switch between them by pressing the R button once more. Well then, please present the evidence. What caused the trouble between the victim and Mr. Wright?
I don't know why the text goes a little bit off the screen here, but I'm pretty sure it was this attorney's like, cry!
Mr. Grossberg, this case should have remained your responsibility. This young lawyer is becoming nothing but trouble for the court. Wrong. To put things simply.
Rats. I'm so sorry. Why does she keep saying rats? Is that a catchphrase?
Being a rookie is no excuse for speaking irresponsibly. Please reconsider.
Yes, sir. No problem. You can do it, Mia.
Blah 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 blah.
We can switch to Yep. It was a Dolores Willow. We have the little swirling of the profile. The profile like spins around into the judge's face, so it literally gets dumped into his face. Actually, they did get rid of that for the modern versions, but they kept it for one specific instance, and that is in the last case of Justice for All, when Phoenix throws his cell phone at Miles Edgeworth. So yeah, they just decided having it there, there's no real replacement for that. The probable cause of the trouble is this person.
Dolores Willow.
I see you have mastered at least this point, young lady. This girl is presently Mr. Wright's lover. However, 6 months ago she was seen the victim, Mr. Richford. This girl is surely entangled with the present incident.
That's Prosecutor Payne.
Well, I'm going to go into a different voice.
That's Prosecutor Payne, alright. So the judge's frame of mind before the witness is even into the court. Well then, Prosecutor Payne, call in the first witness.
Very well, I summon Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The accused himself. Defense, any objections?
It's alright. Mr. Phoenix is innocent after all. The defense does not object.
Understood. Summon Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
What is your name and profession, please?
Understood. My name is Phoenix Wright. My profession is murder suspect currently.
No, your profession before you were arrested, please.
Oh, university student.
Well then, Mr. Wright, you are suspected of the murder of your fellow student, Gyakuten.
No, not me. I'm not a student, sir. After all, I never use ChatGPT for my essays.
What's ChatGPT? This is literally 2006 when this came out. There's definitely no such thing. But I'm old, so I wouldn't know anyway. Defendant, please refrain from infecting the court.
It would seem the witness has many things to discuss.
Well then, defendant, please testify about your relations with the victim, Jack Richford.
Yes, sir.
Shogun Kaishi.
So yeah, they did translate the testimony in progress bit, but I mean, who doesn't like the kanji coming across the screen? There's no need to replace that. Relationship with the victim. I was there, it's true, but I didn't kill him. I only discovered the body. For starters, I didn't know the guy. I don't even talk to that British snob. They call him a stuck-up British wannabe in the localized version. And this is a bit simple. British snob. This sort of more implying that he is actually British and not just someone pretending to be.
You didn't know the victim. I see.
So he must have been British in the original version, which is not British, but pretending to be British, wearing the Union Jack on his jacket or his shirt. Yeah, I think it was his shirt, and then he puts his jacket on, doesn't he? Oh, I'm spoiling future testimonies here. That's right. As I said, I'm an honest student. All right, the judge seems to understand.
That will quite cut it, Mia.
What? Young lady. First, you seem to have forgotten something.
But what in the...
You must cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine?
That's right. Defense lawyers have their duty to cross-examine witnesses to find out whether there are any contradictions in the testimony. I mean, they don't really. Just, you know, you're supposed to actually defend your client, not point out why they're lying. But, well, this is a kangaroo court, so you might as well just play along.
Contradictions?
If a witness lies, it will be inconsistent with the court record.
Mr. Phoenix is my client.
Whoever they're from, contradictions will always end up hurting your case. Eliminating them is the defense lawyer's duty.
What is this? Might there have been in Phoenix's testimony an error or even a lie?
Well then, counsel, begin the cross-examination.
Surely I'm telling the truth, Mr. Phoenix. I can't imagine you'd lie to me. Wow. Phoenix is known for being a little bit of a trickster, isn't he?
Jinmon Kaishi.
Relationship with the victim. Mata! You were there. Do you mean the scene of the victim's murder? Yes, well, the place where something happened, yes.
Yaddy! Don't try to obscure the point. We have a photo after all.
It's like, mata literally means like, just wait. And Igiari is like objections, like an objection exists. Literal translation. So, Mr. Phoenix, how did you happen to find yourself there? You didn't know about Mr. Richford, did you? It was a coincidence. I just happened to walk by. If you were wondering about his sweater, by the way, his full name in Japanese is Ryuichi Naruhodo. So the Ryu is for Ryuichi. In the localized version, obviously, it's P for Phoenix, or as Mia points out, the P might not stand for Phoenix, might stand for something else.
A coincidence, was it?
Mata! Since you found the body, was it you that alerted the police?
As a matter of fact, the students reported it.
Other students?
Precisely, they saw it all. The accused standing dumbly in front of the victim's corpse.
Is that so, defendant?
That phlegm is interfering with his case. It's true, I was in shock when I found the body. But I... Mata! You knew neither his face nor his name, is that right? Right. Well actually... not quite. Huh? What do you mean?
Witness, cease coughing your way out of questions!
I knew his name. It's the first I heard of this. He was Dolly's boyfriend a long time ago, apparently.
Who is this Dolly?
Most likely the defendant's lover, Dolores Willows.
So yeah, that nickname was, I think, the only thing really that they lifted from this fan translation. But it's nice that they made like a reference to it.
Oh! The picture kind of gives me a kind of bittersweet feeling.
But that's everything I knew about him. Mr. Phoenix, you stated the following. I didn't know the guy. That's right, I wouldn't have anything to do with someone like him. What? Isn't that a little odd? If that's so, how can you tell us that he's a British snob? Why do you stop talking now? No, I'm an honest student, I tell you.
Defendant, if that is so, please add to your testimony. How do you know the victim was a British snob?
Yes, Your Honor. It's on the back of his shirt, a ridiculously huge Union Jack. So, we'll press before we present. I want to make sure I get out as much as the dialogue as I can. You saw this at the scene of the crime? This Union Jack? That's right. Oh, by the way, fun fact, it's not actually called the Union Jack normally. It's normally just called the Union Flag. It's only called the Union Jack, I think, when it's used in a naval context. But people just know it as the Union Jack. I thought to myself, geez, this guy must really like England. I'm not lying, you know. I'm not a student after all. Doesn't look honest at all. By the way, the English flag is actually the St. George's Cross. The Union Jack represents the United Kingdom, which is England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. So, if there's any Americans here who didn't know that, or anyone else, not just Americans, that's a bit unfair.
Excuse me, counsel.
Your Honor, what is it all of a sudden?
Who is this Union Jack? Some sort of labour activist?
That's actually funnier than I don't remember what he says in the localized version, but it's definitely not that. That's actually pretty funny. Props to the fan translator for that.
Union Jack is the flag of England.
Ah, something like Japan's rising sun, is it?
That's correct, Your Honor. I see your mind is agile as ever.
So they changed that to the stars and stripes in a localized version, but the Japanese flag is called the Hinomaru, which means the sun's circle, and it's just known as the rising sun in English. Anyway, wasn't there something a little fishy about that testimony?
That's a contradiction, Mia.
Sir?
Confront him with it. Confront that kid with the evidence.
Court record was it? Take a look, Mia.
How about it, Mia? Can you do it on your own?
I'll solve it on my own. 1 year ago, I stood in court on my own. I can hack this little interrogation without help.
Don't push yourself too hard, Mia.
It's okay, I understand what I have to do.
First, press to extract any necessary information, and then present the witness with proof of inconsistency.
One more time, Mia, from the beginning. I do want to find out what he says if I ask him for help, so I will go to him again. Mr. Grossberg,
Don't look at me with those sad eyes. Okay, the basics of testimony in the court record. Look at them closely and look for the contradiction. And once you found it,
present the witness with the data.
That's all there is to it.
But how could there be any contradictions here?
Perhaps you need more information.
Information?
You can also press the witness, shake more data out of him.
Even my own client?
No matter who it is, press him until he turns to jelly. That's the defense lawyer's duty.
Well, that's a weird way of putting it, Grossberg, but... So, now we will present... Actually, first we're going to present the wrong evidence, just to see it, a failure dialogue. Yaddy! Your Honor, what do you think of the witness's last statement?
I don't think anything at all, really.
Actually, I don't have any particular objections to it either.
No, this won't do at all, counsel. Think a little before you speak.
Say this wasn't the right line of attack. And now, we know it's this picture. Which you can see, there's no Union Jack here. I'm gonna be used to the controls here. You're certain you saw it? This Union Jack? Yeah, it was in huge bright colours on the back of his shirt.
Counsel, what are you getting at?
Your Honor, please take a look at this picture. As anyone can see, there is nothing at all on the victim's back. But that's his leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of his shirt. You claim that you just happened to find his body. If that's true, how do you know all this? How do you know what the victim was wearing under his coat? Mr. Phoenix, you lied to me, didn't you?
Mia, you just made your client cry.
He deserved it. I trusted him. I believed he was telling the truth. I didn't imagine things would go this well.
Evan does a marvelous job of unearthing the truth. The accused did not just happen to walk by the body.
Whimper. Perhaps I think I overdid it a little.
By the way, defendant, you appear to have caught a cold. Do you take cough medicine by any chance?
Yes, I do.
Might your medicine be called Cold Killer Z by any chance?
That's right, it's the king of cough medicines. But, how did you know that? And I still don't know why they changed it from Z to X, the localized version, because it's Cold Killer X. Seems pretty arbitrary, but how did you know that? That I'm a fan of Cold Killer Z?
Incidentally, might you be carrying some at this moment?
Ah, well, actually I seem to have dropped it somewhere. Dropped his cough medicine. I have a bad feeling about this.
Mr. Wright, let us find it for you, shall we?
Huh?
Your Honor, please take a look at this photo.
In the victim's hand! Cold Killer Z!
That means nothing. Even I have some in my medicine cabinet.
Unfortunately, the situation's not that simple. Young lady. Forensic analysis of the bottle arrived at an unmistakable conclusion. It was full of fingerprints. Those of the accused Phoenix Wright.
What? What?
Jack Richford, sensing the accused's murderous intent, cleverly stole his killer's cough medicine before his demise. With one goal, to make clear the murderer's identity.
Order! Order!
Your Honor, I request to file these two items as evidence.
Understood. The exhibits are hereby filed.
The victim's hand. His watch stopped at the instant of death. Cold Killer Z found the victim's hand has the defendant's fingerprints.
It may also be relevant to note that the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
The intense electric shock he received appears to have stopped it. How about it, defendant? You have a lot of explaining to do.
Whimper.
This is the pits. Oh, my products are... Oh, ow, ow.
Yeah, his hemorrhoids were in the original Japanese as well. And apparently, they were just written on a whim. It was like, you know, this wasn't a feature of him in the first game. It was just like one day, Shutakumi was like, what if he had hemorrhoids? I think it was Shutakumi. What really happened? To be honest, he invited me to come see him. He's a medical student, so we met behind the medicine building at 2:45. We talked until about 3 o'clock, and then I left. He was in the medicine building, so the pharmacology department. You know, it's a bit more of a simple translation. I imagine that's, you know, what it's called in Japanese. That's what you would use to refer to a pharmacology department. Medicine building. Then, when I returned, he was lying on the ground. I had been taking Cold Killer Z for 2 or 3 days straight. But on the day of his death, it disappeared around lunchtime.
Defendant, that was totally different from your previous testimony.
I'm so sorry. I thought you wouldn't believe me.
This testimony does indeed sound like a fabrication.
Counsel, please conduct the cross-examination.
Please, Mr. Phoenix, don't lie to me anymore. Jinmon Kaishu. That means interrogation begins, by the way, in Japanese. So let's start pressing. Prior to that point, had you ever met the victim? No, never. But that day he told me he had something to tell me about Dolly.
Who is this Dolly?
She's my soulmate. This is making me blush.
Whoa! What are you doing, Mia?
All of a sudden, sorry, I had the sudden urge to punch something.
Dolores Willow was previously the victim's lover. Note, however, this was before she met Mr. Wright.
A love triangle, perhaps?
Was the 2:45 PM meeting decided by Jack Richford? Yeah, we met exactly on time.
It's that you said the victim was a medical student?
Jack was doing research on medical chemicals and solutions. He was part of a group known as the famous University Alchemists.
Alchemists?
Very weird stuff, that. The laboratory was amazing. Full of bubbling barrels and high voltage equipment.
Oh, that's interesting. I can imagine.
What to do? Should I ask in detail about... we got the time of the meeting in the medicine department. Forget about it. We'll come back to it. I have information I need. Let's ask about something else.
Well then, please continue the cross-examination.
What did you talk about with him? Well, maybe I'll tell you some other time. There's an other time. This is a bit of an awkward way of dodging the question, the Phoenix. You returned. Yes, you know, to the place with the corpse. Why'd you return? You were angry, weren't you? That's true, but... Mr. Phoenix, why? I thought, you know, maybe I ought to reconcile with him. Sneeze. No one's believing a word of it, especially that awful fake sneeze. It's rare for someone to catch a cold during this season. Yeah, it was getting warmer, so I'm careless. It's a bad idea to sleep your stomach out. What? Is he a little kid? So, who knew you were taking this cough medicine? It's weird. Stomach out, is that maybe an expression in Japanese? Because I remember in the localization, it said like he slept with the windows open when it was too cold. So, who knew that you were taking this cough medicine? You know, I took some after every meal, so all my friends knew about it, I think. On the day of his death, you say? Who'd you eat lunch with that day? Huh? Does that have anything to do with the incident? Perhaps. I always eat lunch with my darling Dolly. You know, Dolly's box lunches are so tasty. Ah, her tamagoyaki is so great, it melts in your cheeks. So, tamagoyaki. So, tamago is egg. Yaki is just, it means like cooked. It's something that goes on the end of a lot of names of like Japanese dishes.
Whoa! Mia, what are you doing to my cheek?
Sorry, I had this urge to slap something.
How about it, Mia?
I just can't find it.
Well, you found my cheek!
Yeah, sorry. The contradiction.
This is one of those kids who lies when he's afraid. I betcha there's a lie in everything he says.
What should I do?
That kid is still hiding something. Gather information. When in doubt, extract more data.
So we're gonna ask him the questions now. So we're gonna ask first about... I know we're supposed to ask about the medicine department, so we're gonna ask about the time of the meeting first. You're saying you met at 2:45 PM? Yeah, pretty sure. It's the time classes end. Not that it matters much to them, since all they do is experiments. Experiments? That's right, those medical students, all they do is experiments. Anyway, it seems there's no doubt about the time.
Well then, please continue the cross-examination.
The music goes a bit weird when I try and skip through it. Let's just go out the medicine department. Can I ask you more questions about the medicine department? Alright, I don't know much about it though. Just now he said they use high voltage equipment. That's what I've heard. Sounds dangerous, doesn't it? They use so much power they had to install special lines. Special lines? Right, special poles with high voltage transformers and everything. The wires crisscross all over the back of the medical building. I think I finally found something interesting.
I've heard enough! The defendant met the victim in approximately the time of death. Moreover, the defendant later returned to the scene of the crime.
The cough medicine also provides clear proof of his crime.
Let me say it plainly. Defendant, your testimony beggars belief.
No!
This case is indeed a bit too much for you, young lady.
However, there is just one problem remaining.
A problem?
Indeed, the modus operandi. The victim received an electric shock, did he not? The court record does not include the weapon.
Yes, indeed. Indubitably.
How did Jack Richford die? If I can prove the weapon, I might make it through this crisis. I want to see what both dialogues say. I'm going to use dice and save states to do that. I have an idea, but I have a shred of proof.
Where is it, Mia? You've got an idea, say it out loud.
Mr. Grossberg,
Nothing is ever born of silence. This is the law of the courtroom.
spouting nonsense is better than staying cool quiet. Well then. Your Honor!
What is it?
Counsel. I'm assuming it's just the same thing if, Oh, I accidentally saved over it. Never mind. I'm just going to assume it will lead to the same thing anyway, with no addition of that. If we put together the testimony into another, there can only be one answer. We know how the victim died.
Is that so?
Ha 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 ha! That's rather irresponsible of you, young lady. Even a rookie like you must know the rules of the court. Our weapon is the evidence.
Of course I know, though I had temporarily forgotten.
Well then, counsel, please present your evidence. What was the cause of the electric shock?
I'm not sure we get a penalty for this one, but we'll say it was the cold medicine.
Could I?
You're wasting my time, counsel.
He's wasting my time too, Your Honor.
You're kind of wasting my time too.
One more time, Mia. Think properly now. You can still lose this case if you mess up.
Will and counsel please present your evidence? Was the cause of the electric shock?
It will be crime scene photo 1. The cause of the victim's death is caught right on film.
Is that so? There's no object resembling a murder weapon. However, well then, counsel, please enlighten us.
Where in the picture is this weapon? Oh, it's my first time using this pointer. You see that umbrella over there? Yeah. Of course, it's right here. I think. It's interesting. The pointers. I've not actually seen the GBA pointer before. It's just like a little finger pointing to it.
You're wasting my time, counsel.
So we've got the same dialogue here. Pull it back.
Where in the picture is this weapon?
And it's right here. Of course, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A broken power line. Recall the witness's testimony. The medicine department runs high voltage experiments, requiring special power lines.
High voltage?
This power line was the weapon. That's the natural conclusion.
Indeed, it may indeed be the case. Prosecutor Payne, what do you think of all this?
Well, I suppose I must congratulate Miss Faye for being so helpful.
Helpful?
The cause of death may indeed be the power line. However, Your Honor, consider the implications of this. Only one person had the opportunity to use the weapon. The defendant, Phoenix Wright.
Indeed.
One last thing. We have evidence. Decisive proof that Phoenix Wright committed this crime.
This proof? What in heaven is it?
A fingerprint.
A fingerprint? Even aside from the medicine bottle, the defendant left a fingerprint.
Let's examine the crime scene photo once again. As everyone may see, the victim was wearing a leather jacket. And the jacket is yes!
How? No!
It was out on the chest portion of the jacket. The defendant's full palm print, beautifully inscribed.
Really?
And so, the fingerprint leaves open only one conclusion. His black heart, filled with bloodlust, he pushed the victim onto the power line.
It went too fast for me to read that part there.
Order, order, order! I have heard enough. There is no longer any room for doubt. We're finished.
Mr. Grossberg.
I know from the pain in my buttocks. It's time to give up, Mia. That kid was guilty from the beginning, I'm afraid.
I think it's this stick a fork in us, we're done in the localized version. No, no! Mr. Phoenix is innocent, I know it.
I see no need to continue these proceedings any further.
Your Honor.
I will now pronounce my verdict on defendant Phoenix right.
What the?
What is the council? Why do you keep speaking Japanese? And so do you, Mr. Payne. Don't make me...
Actually, I prefer to go by my new name, Ouchie.
That's not really that much better than Payne.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Phoenix? You're still not telling the truth. Your lies are about to send you to jail. But I can't say. If I told you the truth, then... Phoenix, trust me. Mia. I don't know what kind of testimony you're about to give. I believe in you. I'll be your lawyer to the end.
We have already established the defendant's guilt. Anything further is a waste of time.
Stop. Phoenix. I will tell the truth.
As I said, Mr. Wright, there is no need.
I struck him. I struck Jack Richford. If you know what's good for you, you'd better stop seeing that girl. That's none of your damn business. I'm just giving you some advice, old boy. If you don't listen, something bad's going to happen. No, no, damn it, no! Look, let me tell you something. Stop it! Stop it! Stop bloody bad-mouthing her!
What you just said? Is that the truth?
I was scared. If I said what really happened, everyone would think I'm the murderer.
But everyone thinks you're the murderer already.
Please, please give me one more chance. I'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, Mia, I trust you. Thank you. I can't believe it. He really hit the guy.
My buttocks are exploding. Ow, 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 ow.
Shogun Kaishi. I struck him. That's a weird way of phrasing it, but... That snob was bad-mouthing my darling Dolly. I got mad and hit him in the chest. At that point, I think I heard some kind of loud noise. I ran away, but after a little while I started to get worried. When I returned to check in on him, he was dead.
The explanation is simple then. The victim fell into the broken power line. He received a shock and died on the spot. That's it. That's all.
Indeed.
At the time of the incident, it was drizzling. When the victim touched the power line, he was finished.
But when I hit him, the power line wasn't dangling. If there was a sparkling power line, I would have noticed. That's true. Even Mr. Phoenix would notice that.
Counsel, I will give you one more chance. Let me warn you, if no new facts appear during cross-examination, I'll render my verdict on the spot.
No problem, Your Honor. You can't give up, Mia. If he really is innocent, there has to be a clue somewhere. Jinmon Kaishi. I'm gonna make a save state here just to come a bit far. So let's start pressing. What did Mr. Richford say exactly? He said awful things, really horrible things. He said like, Dolores is a bad girl.
Is that all?
Yes!
So it would seem, Counsel.
Mr. Phoenix, please, stop making me look like a fool. Anyway, when he said that, Could you tell me a little more about what happened? That smug bastard, after he was finished lecturing me. Damn, Phoenix. They really ramped up the, Phoenix's hatred of Jack Richford in this. Maybe that's more similar to the original Japanese. So the thing is, they don't really have swearing in Japanese. They have like some words like "so," which are like "damn" or "shit." Whereas in English, there's a lot more like potential for explicit language. So in this, they just sort of casually use things because it's more similar to Japanese. He put on his jacket and he was about to go home. And then I felt the blood going to my head. I gave him a little push in the chest, just a tiny little push. But at that time, the power line wasn't there, was it? That's right, it definitely wasn't. Might you have overlooked it? Well, now that you mention it, maybe I did. Don't admit it, you... I was about to go to a Mia Pain voice then, I don't know why. Don't admit it, you twit!
The moment you struck him, this is very important. Please carry on with your testimony.
Twit is more of a British word, I think. I don't think it's typically used in America. A loud noise? What did it sound like? I'm not sure exactly, but it was quite loud anyway. Capish crack! Like, I'm not too sure what that might be. Ha 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 ha! Might it be the sound of someone receiving an electric shock? Don't jump to conclusions. What did Joey could have pushed? He could have pushed him into something dangerous. We'll back off for now. Let's move on. I have a hunch. I've heard enough. Please continue your testimony. Did you leave the scene immediately after you struck the victim? Yes, I did. I was angry after all. So you left without checking the health of Mr. Richford? Yeah, that's why I got worried later. At that time, there was no one else to see the crime. Nope, no one. Now how you look at it, that cough is fishy.
If that is so, it is hard to see who else might be the murderer.
Unless you can find... Why do I keep losing the gross play voice?
Unless you can find a way to prove his innocence from this. This time the judgment will be final.
Okay. I still need more data to find the contradiction. This is where we press to ask what the loud noise. Mr. Phoenix, this noise may be very important. Please try to remember. It was a very sharp noise. Perhaps that noise was... What? Say it fast! When I struck him, he dropped his umbrella. He fell on top of his umbrella and it broke. Maybe that was the noise.
An umbrella? That was the victim's possession?
Yes, it was an incredibly cheap-looking plastic umbrella. I'm too poor to an umbrella. I was drenched.
Counsel. Is this line of questioning really that important?
We're gonna say that. Of course it's meaningless. Of course not. This is all a meaningless waste of time.
Counsel, don't say that as if you're proud of it.
Nope, it's not important. No meaning at all.
Now, Mia, don't get desperate.
May I continue my testimony? You're quite insistent in it. Now we will load the save. Now I remembered how to do that correctly. There's a new fact I've been waiting for. A cheap umbrella. Of course it's important. I request that this new fact be formally added to the record.
Ha! A cheap lawyer uses cheap evidence.
Defense's request is granted. Witness, please testify about this cheap umbrella.
Mr. Richard fell on top of the umbrella, is that right? Yes, it was completely under his body. I mean, if it hadn't been, I would have probably borrowed it. This umbrella? At that time, I was also wearing this sweater. My darling Dolly spent many sleepless nights knitting it for me. I didn't want this beautiful symbol of our love to get wet.
Gah! Don't kick my stomach!
Excuse me.
So, witness, please continue your testimony.
Just ignore the shenanigans going on in the defense's bench. There's something a bit weird about that, isn't there? I can press the right button. Iggy Addy! Why didn't you say this from the beginning? Or this from the beginning? But if I had said it, I could have counterattacked earlier.
Counterattacked?
Look again at the photo of the crime scene. The victim found the umbrella. The witness testified as much. But in this photograph, the umbrella isn't underneath the corpse.
Indeed.
The conclusion is clear. After the defendant left, the victim moved. In other words, when the victim was struck, he was not dead yet.
Order, order, order! The victim moved. Prosecutor Payne, where did you put this umbrella?
It's in the bin for unimportant evidence.
I think this must have been a British translation, like bin. So, I don't think Americans use that word.
Filed to the court record immediately.
The item umbrella was filed in the court record. Broken umbrella carried with the victim on the day of the incident and found lying near an electric pole.
But that cheap piece of plastic must have flown off in the wind.
The record states that the victim fell on top of the umbrella. It can't possibly have flown off on its own.
Indeed, the fate of the umbrella is a trifle. However, as long as doubt persists, the verdict cannot be handed down. Extraordinary! That there could be this gap in such a clear-cut case.
Phoenix's testimony. The victim fell on top of his umbrella and a loud, sharp noise was heard. I was about to say a loud noise. A loud, sharp noise.
Mia, you did it! Prosecutor Payne, why do you laugh in such a sinister manner?
Poor Miss Faye. Did you think our only weapon was the defendant's own testimony?
What?
But how? It would seem there's another witness.
Indeed. Moreover, this witness will prove decisive.
Who in the name of...
Her name is Dolores Willow.
Dolores? Not Darling Dolly by any chance?
The same. The defendant's lover saw everything. Indeed, she was at the scene of the crime the moment it happened.
What?
You have my sympathies, young lady.
It was terribly unfair to pitch you against a prosecutor of my caliber. Your sympathies, I can do without them, old man. As a matter of fact, I've been waiting for just this moment. What are you implying?
Mio, what are you saying? We will now adjourn for a 20-minute recess. After the recess, Miss Dolores Willow will take the stand.
Oh, so we've enjoyed it so far, haven't we? I'm not too sure. Should I do this all in one video? Because this is actually a good time to leave it off, I think. And this will be a super long video if I do it all in one video. Because I also want to do a little bit of looking into how it was actually made at the end. Some of those details. So I think for now we will end this session, and next time we'll find out what Dolores Willow's testimony is. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the part 2 of Comeback Court, Comeback Memories. Bye.